food, they can talk to you about how your day is going, they can rub your head and give you a massage. But don't ask them questions about, can you go get me a white paper, or I can't figure this out, can you get me help? No asking questions for help. And that's going to be true that also when you're electronically online, do not send email messages, do not send text messages, do not make phone calls. Don't do anything where you ask a question to be able to get a response back. That is a means for immediate disqualification, and you will be walked out of the room and the competition is over for you. And I know you've tried very hard and worked very hard to get here, so we don't want anybody to unfairly be left out of the competition because of doing something like communicating or chatting or getting help. And really the whole idea is that we want it to be fair. We want to make sure that you don't have an advantage over somebody else. We also will, as during the entire time here, if you have questions, feel free to ask us questions. We can answer questions about where do I get information, can I do this, can I not do this, but we can't provide you technical advice. So if you ask us, should I use threat management gateway, should I use ISA server, we won't tell you. We will basically say it is up to you to design it and plan it out. If you have any questions that you ask that we feel is important for everybody to know, we will make that information available to somebody. If we give you software that you ask us for, we will make that software available to everybody. So again, everything will be shared, just like any time that you've ever asked us questions over the last few months, we have posted it to the forum, so that way everybody has access to it. At any point during the competition, if you feel that somebody is getting information that you're not getting, they're communicating, and they have an unfair advantage, I want to know about it. Because again, I don't want anybody to feel that somebody has an advantage over somebody else. Maybe you think they were cheating, maybe you think that they were getting slipped information. If you ever have any concerns, please let me know. Because again, we want to make sure that it is fair across the board for everybody. During this 24-hour period, you can go to the restroom, you can go to lunch, dinner, you can go walk around outside in New York. You can go sightseeing. It doesn't matter. At the end of the 24-hour period, we'll go through the competition and we'll see who completed the tasks. If you went out and saw the Statue of Liberty and Empire State Building, unlikely you're going to get the task done. But we're not going to keep track on you. But what we will do is we will monitor your activities. When you're in the room, we'll be looking. And again, if anybody is at lunch, sitting down, and asking or finding questions, we may investigate it, and we may disqualify you if you're asking technical questions. If you're just talking to your friends about the weather and what their project is and what have you, please be social. It's okay. But again, make sure that the competition, what you're doing, is kept to what you do in the competition room. I posted it in the blog forums for resources you have available. You can go to any public available website. Microsoft TechNet, you can Google or Bing information to find resources that you need available. Again, don't post questions or blogs to try to get information back. We will also monitor all of your traffic, so all of your information will actually be monitored as to what websites you're going to, what information you're doing. We will monitor whether you're communicating over text or emails. We will be reviewing any information that you have. And so again, it's not intended for us to be looking at what you're doing, but to make sure that if somebody says, well, this person's emailing somebody, we will know. Chris is a very well-known security expert, and even if you carry on communications in a foreign language over encrypted communications, if anybody can figure it out, Chris can. So, let's just make sure that you keep things fair. At the end of the 24-hour period, so tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., so the clock will reset, is that when we'll say done. And you will step back from your machines, and at that point, each of you will get 30 minutes of a judging period. And in those 30 minutes of judging period, it will be from 9:30 to 10, 10 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11, and we will draw names. So you will get one of the time slots. You will present, and we will ask you questions. And in that half-hour time frame is where you will show us what you have done. We're going to ask you, did you set this up? Did you configure it? Or there's going to be specific goals. Just like on the guidelines for the case study, we will ask you questions, and you will get points. By 12:30 tomorrow, we will already know who will be in what order for the finals, but we won't tell you. The next thing that you are responsible to show up to is the worldwide finals, which is on Wednesday of next week. So on Wednesday, I think it's at 4 o'clock, is it? Is the worldwide finals at the Lincoln Center. Let me make sure on that. Yeah, 4 o'clock, worldwide finals at the Lincoln Center. Is that when everybody will come over for the award ceremony, and that's when we announce first prize, second prize, third prize. Okay, that's it. Anytime in between tomorrow and the award ceremony, there's different things that are going on. You can go visit the software design presentations. You can go see the digital media. You can go to New York City on Cultural Day. There's a lot of things you can do, but there's nothing that you have to do between there. So you have a lot of free time in the competition. Okay. Questions so far? Let me turn it over to Chris, who will go through the technical information about the competition and what you'll be expected.
So welcome once again. The scenario. So everyone will get the same scenario guide, and you're going to see it's going to be very similar to the round 2 proposal, but now you actually get to build it. So there's going to be a scenario you're supposed to implement, and you have machines here that you'll be able to use. Everyone's situation is the same. What you'll get though is a unique set of information that contains your unique information, your IP address ranges, your domain names that you'll use, and so on and so forth. This competition is kind of exciting. In all the previous competitions, we were in a completely isolated environment. We had access to the outside world, but the competition took place entirely inside our lab environment. This competition, for the first time, we're going out to the cloud. So you will actually be implementing stuff in the cloud. So it'll be fully integrated into essentially it's a real environment. Each one of you will have your own data center in effect and will be configured. So that's pretty exciting. So it should be pretty cool. So, and I wanted to so you'll get a chance to, when you come in, you'll get a chance to read the scenario. So you won't see this until you come in 38 minutes. And then we'll start, you'll get both of these sets of information. There's going to be 5 challenges in the middle of the night. So throughout the 24 hours of the competition, there are going to be 5 milestone tasks you'll be asked to accomplish. So that's the first 5. And then after that, there's going to be a set of 15 that will judge you on in the 30-minute interval at the end of the competition. But during those 5 competitions, you'll see in the middle of the night, whenever those are, we'll let you know an hour in advance. So we'll give you an hour in advance. We'll say, here's what we'll be asking you to do 1 hour from now. So you get a little bit of warning. And then in the middle of the night, you'll hear, oh, I want to do it. This, and there'll be also a buzzing noise. So you get the light. Everyone will basically get up and step away from your computer, and then we will do, with each of you, we'll do the challenge. So it's kind of exciting. It helps you wake up, because by that time you're going to be really tired. So we'll be doing that 5 times through the night, so we'll give you a little jolt. I think that's about it. Great thing.
What else do we have going on for the competition? Oh, so key to the IT Challenge competition, and it was set downstairs at the opening ceremony and previous. It's intended to be fair competition. You should have fun at what you're doing. You are the best in the world. No matter what happens, as much as next week we will announce who made first, second, and third prize. You are number 1 in your country. You're the best 6 in the world. We started off IT Challenge with 20,000 competitors, and so you are the best in the world. So nobody loses. Nobody here, even if you sit down at your competition screen and you look at this thing, you're like, oh my goodness, this is very difficult, is that the worst that you're going to end up with at the end of tomorrow is number 6 in the world. That's still pretty good, considering that this is an individual competition. The teams, it's easy, because if somebody doesn't do real well, they still have other team members, plus mentors and all the other people. There's 5 or 6 or 7 people helping them out. You are an individual, and it means a lot more, because you are competing based on what you have up here and what you're able to figure out. So do try your best, work hard, don't get frustrated.
Can I
please.
Just a quick second? There's something I did forget to mention, and he reminded me of it when he said that. This competition is hard. It's very hard. if you complete the whole thing, I will be, frankly, very, very impressed.
You would be scared because
I will be scared because I didn't do my job. That's it. But it's all really, it's a hard thing to do. But this is IT. Whatever you do, so let's say doing 100% of it, doing everything will be very hard. Not impossible at all, but hard. But whatever you do, maybe you get halfway through it and you do some parts of it, but not others. Whatever you do has to work, right? If you try to do everything but it doesn't work, then this is IT. If it doesn't work, that's not acceptable. What you have to do is get what you need to get working, and then build on that. So whatever we judge you on has to work. So that's the thing about IT. If you could say you designed the best email system in the world, but if it doesn't send messages, guess what? Doesn't do anything. So keep that in mind. Get whatever you need to do, get working, and then build on that. So working is very, very important. It's more important than doing everything. Getting something working is more important than doing everything not working. Does that make sense?
And along those lines, I get asked the question all the time is, do I need to install the latest service pack? No. If you can get it work without the service pack, if you can get it working with, say for example, you don't know Exchange 2010, but you know Exchange 2007 really, really well, and you tried to install Exchange 2010 and it didn't work, again, if you can get 2007 or 2003 to work, and you know it, that's going to be better than putting it in with 2010 and it not working. But if all things are fair and competitive, then the person who does it with 2010 working versus the person who does it with 2003 working, this person will get more points. But again, you'll get when we score this, there's different levels. You get 1, 5, 10 points, and so 10 means that you did everything. But we typically find that nobody ever really gets a 10 across everything. And so the idea is if I can get a 5 or an 8 on this, and on this, and on this, and on this, it's going to be better than getting a 10, 10, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So work on trying to get things working and throughout the entire process. And to answer that question about the whole, do I need the latest version of Service Pack, do I need the latest version of software, is that if you can make it work, make the software work. If you download it, and what you'll find is that once you get on the internet, it will start slowing down because there are going to be 400 competitors downloading stuff throughout the entire day. So you'll find performance speed may or may not work. You may also find that, and part of the competition, is that we have provided you with a lot of software on your computer system. And so, again, Chris has provided you with information on where to find the information, license keys, things of that type of software that's available to you. We believe we have provided you all the software that you need and information, but if there's something that you do need, ask us or download it. And if it's really big, be careful about downloading it, because we probably have not expected you to download a 2 gigabyte ISO file. Maybe something small, a 25 megabyte update or something. But if it's really big, we will not have expected you to download it. So if you're downloading something big, you're probably doing something wrong.
Yeah. Or check with us and let us know.
Or check.
We might be able to get it to you through another mechanism, so you don't have to wait for the download to complete.
As a software program, yeah. If instead of downloading a 2 gigabyte ISO, we might actually have it provided to you off of the USB hard drive. Okay? Again, ask the questions. It's very easy to ask questions throughout the entire competition. That's it all I have to cover. I will be popping in and out.